So it's not German. Okay. So I tried out for this thing, right? And you go in cold and you learn, you learn your scene, and then you just read for it. That's it. And then I'm sorry, people keep sending me personal messages. I should just block that. I don't like blocking it though, because then if someone has to tell me something like, your hair's out of place. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. So anyways, went in there, learned the scene, I nailed it. And they videotape you. And then they teach you a dance routine, and then with a group, and then they play the song. You basically have like, I don't even know, 15, 20 minutes to learn it, and then they record you and play it back. And then you sing, and you're in a room full of other people also trying out for it, and there's all these chairs in there, and there's a microphone and a guy on a piano, and they basically, sing, like do a little thing, da 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 da, and then you sing it back to them. And then they play a note on the piano, and you're supposed to sing that note. And I guess they're just trying to make sure you understand the different keys and can sing in tune or whatever. So do all that, and they record me, and then that's it, right? And then I left and I went home. Well, I was like, oh my god, it was really fun. It was like scary, but it was fun. So then I went home, and then I got called back for a callback, and they're like, we really liked your audition, blah blah blah, we'd like you to come back for a callback or whatever. So I was like, oh my god, that's so awesome. So I went back. No, I didn't go back. So I didn't go back because I didn't know how it was going to work out, because I never talked to my parents about that whole part of my life, because if ever I tried, they would ignore me. So I kind of just, I think, looking back now, I was young, but looking back now, I think that I was afraid to move in that direction without the support, if that makes any sense. At the time, I just blew it off. I was a teenager. I was like, whatever, even though I wanted it really badly, which is very irritating, but it was like a self-protective mechanism. I think I acted like, well, if I don't care about it, then I won't care that they don't care, kind of thing. So I made it like it wasn't really that big of a deal. So then I didn't make they even set the appointment of the callback, okay? They it was a specific time. So after the time had passed, the guy called me the next morning, the casting director, and he called me and he goes, we never do this, but you didn't show up for your callback yesterday, and normally when people don't show up, we just drop them. He goes, but we really, really liked your audition, and we would really like to see you, and we'd like to extend a second callback to you, and we would like you to come back in and meet with the producers and stuff again. And I was like, I freaked out. I was like, oh my god, no way! And so I was like so excited, and my parents were divorced, so my dad would take us to dinner every Sunday or something like that. And so the second callback was going to be the following week. So that Sunday I went out to dinner with my dad, and it was always awkward and tense and quiet because my dad didn't know how to talk to us. And I have an older sister and a younger brother, and so we're like sitting there. And so basically my dad talked to my sister about college, talked to my brother about sports, and then I'm the middle child, so of course he doesn't know what to do with me. And so I brought up, oh, you are too? Yeah. Hi, Venetian princess. So I go, it's all quiet and awkward, and I was like, and he doesn't really ever ask me about my stuff. Like, my dad just kind of like, I don't know. Just, I don't know. It's really weird. I look back now and I think, I ask my nephews all the time stuff about their lives. I can't imagine not being curious, so he just didn't ask me stuff. So so I'm sitting there and I go, I got a second callback on this audition thing, this singing, dancing, acting thing that you travel around and stuff, and it was really cool. And it was all quiet. And I go, basically, I guess it's very hard to get into this group, and I auditioned, and I sang, and I danced, and I acted, and I got a callback. And still nothing. Crickets. Like, tough crowd, tough crowd. So I go, and so then my dad starts talking about sports again to my brother. Doesn't say a word to me, okay? So I normally would just stay quiet and just go, ew, like, okay, I have no support here. And I would just go inside myself and I would just figure it out on my own. Well, for some reason that day, it was kind of like I felt validated that they had called me back like that. And so I think I had a little bit of extra strength. And I said to him, I go, and I stopped him, I go, why didn't you say anything to me? I just said something to you. Why didn't you say anything back to me? You just started talking to my brother about sports. Why? And he just sat there and he just like goes, and I go, I don't understand. Like, why aren't you talking to me? I said something to you. Don't you have anything to say about that? What I did was hard, you know, and I have a callback. And my dad point blank said to me, he goes, well, if you pick a realistic career choice, then maybe I'll support you. That's it. Hi, Titus. That's what he said. That was the big moment of me achieving something, me, like, you know, I was a teenager that could have gone in a lot of, you know, I could have done something with that. And, you know, it really, like, and looking back, in a lot of ways, I don't believe in regret, but I really wish I would have been like, fuck you, fuck this town, I'm out of here. And I wish I would have just fucking gone to Hollywood and just tried to make it happen, okay? On one whole plane of existence. On another whole plane of existence, I don't regret the way that I've done stuff, because I value, it's hard to explain, but I value the process. And that's why I'm doing this documentary, and that's why I have this blog show, because I think if I didn't have those kinds of roadblocks, I wouldn't have, like, now I'm so burned and mad, like, damn it, because now I know that it was not right of him to not talk to me about it. Now that I know, I'm frustrated. So now I'm taking that frustration and that passion and hopefully helping other people stay on track with their dreams and want to make their dreams happen. And if you have a weird dad or a weird teacher, not to stop. And so I can be one more element in the world for you, hopefully, that is wind on your back as opposed to your front, because there's so many crazy ass people out there. So listen to this, the second part of the story. He is alive, but listen to this story. This is crazy. I'm glad you guys are relating to this. This is funny. That's good. I was still in high school, Dave, so I was probably 16, because I drove myself to the audition. So I was like probably 16. So good call, Danny. You guessed it. Dad's blow. I know. I love that. Yeah, and then there's definitely crazy mothers too. So get this. Fast forward an invisible amount of years, because, you know, I don't talk about age. Through all the shit I've been through. Okay, then I win that thing with Entertainment Tonight, which isn't really acting, but it's something. So all this other stuff has happened over the years. So now I work at Paramount. And my dad comes in town to visit me a couple years ago. And it was when I first started working there. And we have a golf cart. And so when my dad comes, I mean, it's very impressive. The Paramount Pictures lot in Hollywood, if you've ever been there. Has anyone been there? Paramount Pictures in Hollywood? Anyone? No? Not yet? It's beautiful, you guys. It's like, it almost looks like a European town. It's very clean, you know, and it's just very beautiful. And then it's, you know, all the back lots outside, or in the back, you know, are all like the warehouses, and that's all where all the, you know, if they set up sets and stuff like that, they're inside of the big warehouses. But of all the studios, I've been to Universal, I've been to Warner Brothers. I haven't been on Disney's lot. Oh, yes, I have. But I was in a weird part of it. But anyways, so just Walmart Pictures inside of the store. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very beautiful lot. It's very like old Hollywood. It's the only major studio that is actually located in Hollywood. All the other ones are elsewhere.